Okay, this is a video key for chart number 1 for MD2 143 mixed gas diving. The problem that you have to chart is a 240-foot gas dive for 30 minutes with a PO2 to not exceed 1.2 effective atmospheres. When you do the math on that, you'll see that you'll come up with a best mix of 14% oxygen. That gives you a PO2 of 1.15 at 240 feet. The next thing you'll need to do is you will need to go and get your decompression stops and times. And we're going to do a surface decompression using oxygen, as with just about every single gas dive I've ever been involved with. 240 feet for 40 minutes tells you that you have 4 oxygen periods in the chamber at 50 feet. So there you are, 4 periods. So your schedule, your water stops are going to be 240 for 30. You're going to be 7 minutes at 110 feet, and then you're coming up to 90 feet. You're skipping the 100-foot stop. At 90 feet, you're going to do a gas switch. This is per Navy protocol. All these chart examples are per Navy protocol. Everything is covered in the Navy Manual Revision 7. So at 90 feet, we're going to switch to 50-50 heliox. Commercially, as we mentioned in class, we're actually going to use 50-50 nitrox, more than likely, to save a little bit of money. So we'll breathe 50-50 heliox all the way up to 40 feet, and then we'll do a normal SIR-DO2. Get the diver out from 40 feet to the surface using 1 minute. So ascent time between stops is not included. So the first thing that you notice with a 14% mixture, a little alarm should go off in your head that we're breathing a hypoxic mixture. Therefore, the diver cannot breathe this on the surface. So we must follow the Navy protocol and take the diver down to 20 feet from the surface on air, and then gas the diver at 20 feet. Once the diver is confirmed on gas, we start the diver's bottom time. So essentially, we're saying leave surface at 600, 0600. We're actually going to be leaving 20 feet at 0600. The Navy allows you 5 minutes to get the diver on gas, which is a really, really long time. Should not be an issue. Commercially, they're going to start the time from the surface. But we're going to stick with Navy protocol, and we're starting at 20 feet since it's a hypoxic mixture. Okay, so we're going to write down our depths and stop times on the left-hand column here. So first thing we do is 240 for 30 is our first stop. The mixture is 14% bottom mix, 14%. Our bayonet is filled with 16% per Navy protocol up here. So we're breathing 14% all the way up until we get to 90 feet. Now, we're traveling from 240 to 110. That's 130 lineal feet or 260 seconds. Remember, ascent time times 2 is your, lineal feet traveled times 2 is your ascent time in seconds. So we have 130 feet or 260 seconds. So that's 4 minutes and change. We round that up to 5 minutes and start the diver's decompression time. We pad it by a few seconds at 0635. Diver is going to be there for 7 minutes, and they'll leave there at 642. And once they leave 110 feet, they're on their next stop time. So we're going to leave 90 feet at 645. We reach at 642, or you can draw a line through it. But that is the point where we shift to 50-50 heliox. Commercially, they're going to shift on the fly. So we're going to keep that ascent time in between stops included as part of stop time. Once a diver's on 50-50, they'll be there for 3 minutes, 645. Next stop is at 80 feet for 6 minutes, 651. We're going to leave. 70 feet for 7 minutes. 658, 60 for 10 minutes, 708, 50 for 10 minutes, 718, leave there, and now we're coming to 40 feet for 10 minutes. We're going to leave 40 feet at 728. Now, we're going to take the Navy protocol and allow 1 minute to the surface, even though it's speeding up to 30 foot a minute ascent time. Makes a little sense to me. But 7:29 is going to be our Navy reach surface chart time. And we're going to use the Navy protocol for undress time, even though you guys and gals are doing it a lot faster in lab. 3 minutes and 30 seconds undress time, plus the 1 minute travel time from 40 feet and 30 seconds to pressurize to 50 feet. Totals 5 minutes. So same rule as on air diving with the Studio 2. Time from when you leave 40 feet until the time you reach 50 feet in the chamber cannot exceed 5 minutes. So that puts us at 50 feet. We start the diver on oxygen at 50 feet at 7:33. Diver breathes first 15 minutes at 50 feet. At 7:48, he begins to slide. We do another 15 minutes at 40 feet, and which is the conclusion of your first oxygen breathing period. So again, the first 15 minutes at 50 feet to spike the PO2, then we're sliding to 40 feet. So periods 2, 3, and 4 are going to be at 40 feet. Anything beyond that, which is a really gnarly gas dive, you can actually slide to 30 feet upon completion of the fourth breathing period. All right, so let's chart this. If we reach 7:33, we're going to be sliding 30 minutes later, or at 8:03 from 40 feet. Excuse me, we're taking an air brake at 8:03. We're sliding at 7:48 up here. So 15 minutes, 7:48, we slide, diver stays on oxygen. Nothing happens with the clock. We take an air brake at 8:03 for 5 minutes. 8:08, we go back on oxygen, and we breathe another 30 minutes straight right through. 8:38, we take our next air brake. So that's the completion of the second oxygen breathing period. We take a 5-minute air brake, and then we're going back on oxygen. So we have a total of 1, 2, 3 oxygen breathing periods at 40 feet. For the Navy tables over here. There's your 3 oxygen periods. So those are completed. And again, if you had to go longer than that, you would be sliding to 30 feet. Okay. So you're going to reach the surface then at 9:15. Again, 30 minutes on to 8:43. Put you up on the surface, leaving 40 feet at 9:13. And you're going to take 30 feet a minute, or 80 seconds. We're going to round that up for clock time for 2 minutes ascent time in the chamber. Reaching the surface at 9:15. I want you to fill in all of the information on your chart. Get used to putting your bank mixes up here. Here's your bottom mix. Here's your deco mix. We're always going to have 50-50 nitrox on standby. We have HP air. You have your bailout. And then we also have pure oxygen available in a bank as well. Okay, that's it for chart number 1.